Good morning, everybody. Welcome back if you're new. Wait, no, that's backwards. Welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you're returning. And I'm just so glad that you're here. Good morning. And we're using the Rebel deck because just kind of on a roll with it. Really working this week. If you're new, this is just how I get an idea, a topic, just random. Just kind of roll with it. These are very casual. And I said the channel's under construction, rebranding, redirecting. Going to be some changes going on, but I think they're changes for the better. So we'll go with that. Let's see what our topic will be for today. And if you don't know, the Rebel deck is just a very sarcastic, uh, profanity-ridden, fun deck. So I like to use it because of the humor. And humor is an amazing thing for surviving life. Oh, hey, look at that. This is a good one. Shame, regret, and guilt. Those are just bullshit. Forgive. Let that shit go. I like this one. And it's so true. You know, it's something that a lot of times we picked up. Like, if you had a parent that held grudges, or even, children by nature tend to hold grudges, even if they don't have somebody setting that example for them. And we can get into that pattern and forget that it only hurts us. Holding a grudge, holding anger, any of that, it only hurts us. And when we forgive, it's not even about releasing that person from the responsibility of their actions. It's about releasing us from the pain that it caused, releasing us from the damage that it does to our body, holding on to that negativity. You know, even forgiving ourselves, I think, out of everything, I think that's the most important. Because shame, so we are energetic beings and we vibrate with different emotions. We vibrate at different frequencies with different emotions. The higher frequencies, the highest is love. You've got joy, happiness, and excitement, and then you've got like shame and guilt and anger and regret. If I remember correctly, the lowest vibrational state is shame. And really, you know what? Shame. Why? Why? Because generally speaking, when we make mistakes, when we do things that we regret, it wasn't intentional, or, we actually anticipated a different outcome. We're not stupid, we're just learning. And anything that brings shame brings a valuable lesson. If it hits you that hard, you learned deep. Um, and definitely, if you've been on the planet for very long, you've experienced all of those. Shame, regret, guilt. Don't punish yourself. Why? I don't know about y'all, but for me, in my life, there have been enough people wanting to throw me grief over whatever, over nothing. I am not throwing it at myself. Not anymore. I used to. I thought that was what we were supposed to do, right? I screwed up. I need to punish myself and torment myself and rehash it over and over in my mind and make sure that I don't forget that I did something dumb. No. No. That's wasted energy. Acknowledge it. Man, I was wrong. Yeah. How am I going to do that different? What did I learn from this? How can I avoid that in the future? Is there anything I can do differently? What was it about this situation that I didn't see going in so I can be more aware next time? Take away the key factors and then let shit go. We can't drag our past along with us. And that's all shame, regret, and guilt are. And I have seen people, it is so sad, they go to their deathbed riddled with guilt over things that they weren't even responsible for. Or they live their lives completely for other people because of manipulation that creates feelings of guilt in them for not doing what the other people want them to do. Well, I'm sorry, but I don't know about y'all. I didn't sign my life over to anyone else. There are partnerships in my life. There are business partnerships. I have relationships. There are friendships. I have partnerships with companies. They've provided a service that I've agreed to pay for. That's a partnership. It's an exchange of energy. However, I have not given anyone permission to dictate what I do, what I choose, who I am, how I am. That's up to me. And so walking around with these feelings of shame, regret, and guilt, they handicap us because they hold us back. It really tears at our self-worth, our self-belief, our self-esteem, our self-love when we're holding all this negativity. And unfortunately, we attract what we are. So if you're in this negative space, mentally, emotionally, you're going to attract negative things to you. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You feel this shame. You keep bringing all these negative things into your life because it's magnetizing. I'm a walking ball of negativity. I'm not drawing sunshine. Remember Eeyore? Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh? He had the rain cloud that followed above him and everything always went wrong. Well, compare that to Tigger. Even if something went wrong, he didn't notice. He was just bouncing along, doing his thing. And actually, life is very much like that, where when we're in an elevated state, the things that happen that when we're in that attitude of gratitude and looking for joy and looking for the positive and staying present in the moment, things are going to happen that are challenging, but we're not going to view them in the same way. If your tail falls off, you're going to tuck it in your pocket and keep going because you got other stuff going on. It's not that big a deal. It's all good. Unless you got the rain cloud over your head. If you've never seen me before, I'm not insane. This stuff exists for real. But quit punishing yourself. If this rings true for you, if this is something that you can identify with, the shame, the regret, the guilt, where did it come from? Is it how you feel about the situation or how other people have framed it for you? Are you allowing them to project their emotions onto you? Are you taking responsibility for someone else's emotions? And if you are, let that shit go. It's not yours to carry. If what you're carrying is your own, unpack that. Unpack it. Sit down and actually take however many times you have to sit down to work through it. Our subconscious mind works in images. So if you can sit down, this is handy to know because you can talk to your subconscious all you want and it's not going to change anything because it works in images instead of language. That's how that part of our brain is programmed. So if you sit down, close your eyes, imagine going into your body and there's a box inside of it. I call it the sludge box. There's a box inside of it and it's just festering and it's got like this nasty green slime coming out of it and these radioactive symbols on it. Just and visualize yourself cleaning that box out. You clean it out and you put the bag of goo that you cleaned out of it into a rocket and you shoot it off into space. And the reason the visualization is important is because you're telling your subconscious mind, look, I'm done with this mess. I'm not doing it anymore. And then the conscious part of your brain, use affirmations. When a thought comes up about a situation in the past or any situation that brings you those feelings of shame, guilt, and regret, redirect it. Tell yourself, I'm not that person anymore. You know, I'm I'm proud of the person I've become. I learned through being that other person. That version of me no longer exists. Keep reminding yourself that you're not that person anymore, and who you are now doesn't deserve to be punished for who you were then that didn't know, that hadn't grown, that hadn't learned through it. So, our takeaway for today, forgive. Forgive yourself, forgive others, because just like that version of you didn't know, that version of them didn't know either. Maybe they're just a douchebag, but don't let that run your life, you know? Make note of it. Douchebag. Void. Remove access. Protect your energy from douchebags. You don't let them in. But forgive. Release it. That should be. And on that note, I hope you have a fabulous day, and I will talk to you soon.